What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the We'll See You Later podcast, episode 63, brought to you by Happy's Energy and Nutrition, the best energy and nutrition on this or any other planet. That guy right there, that's Jeremy Wilson.
That is true. That guy right there, Willie Ray. Portals, transfers, baseballs, asshole.
Wait before you get to it. You left out the most important part. We are recording on Monday, August 25th. And today and every day, I am Cody Bakalikis' husband. Today is my 7th wedding anniversary.
Congratulations, brother.
7 more years than I deserve with the greatest woman in the world.
Yeah.
If you're watching this, which she never watches our shit, but if you're watching this, I love you today.
My wife doesn't either.
I love you tomorrow, and I love you forever. Anyway, moving on. Back to the asshole.
It's a big week, Will.
It's a real big week. We did August 25th because we knew it was going to always be the week before football season. So I wouldn't make all of my friends go to a weekend wedding on a football Saturday.
Which I did.
Yeah, you did. I'm still mad at you.
Which I did. It wasn't my choice, my wife's choice.
It's
like a pregame before the real football game.
This is my favorite week of the year.
It's going to be a big week because last weekend, was the last day that we didn't have football.
Yeah. And all God's children said hallelujah and amen.
Football is
back. We
have
once again made it through the desert, and we are in the promised land. And I know, check back with me in a few weeks, I'm going to hate football all over again. I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan from Arkansas. I get let down every year.
Yeah.
But I'm ready to have it happen again.
Yeah. He knows now that he's on the Titanic.
Right.
You got to enjoy the ride until you hit the iceberg, which for us is just early.
I want my football teams to be the pallbearers at my funeral. Nobody ever let me down like they did.
That's right. That's right. I'm a Bills fan, so I'm in that same category. Not as to the extreme.
You willingly jumped on like the lovable losers, and they've become America's kind of sympathy team.
Yeah.
Anyway, to the important stuff.
Yeah. Woo Pig Suey.
Arkansas Razorback football is officially back. It's game week, kicking off at 3:15. Can we just say how refreshing it is that they are kicking off the season in Fayetteville, Arkansas, for the first time in a few years?
Yeah.
Thank God.
This is the last year for War Memorial?
On the contract, yeah.
Yeah, let's hope it stays that way.
We're guys from Central Arkansas. We grew up going to War Memorial. I grew up on the sideline at War Memorial. I don't care if they ever play another game there.
It's horrible. It's just fallen apart since the Darren McFadden days and the Miracle on Markham 1 and 2. Like, it doesn't mean anything anymore. And
it's just antiquated. The stadium itself is a relic. It sounds embarrassing to say, but like the past couple of years, they've like run out of water.
Yeah.
When it's like 100 degrees outside. They got people stroking out in the stands because it's too hot. The bathrooms quit working.
And the players don't care either. Yeah, they don't even like it.
It's an eyesore. It's a road game where everything counts as far as travel and what you got to do for itinerary and all that stuff. It is a road game. Most importantly, it costs you a week in recruiting.
Mm-hmm.
You can't have official visitors, to an off-campus site. Right. So you get a home game taken off your schedule and a recruiting weekend taken off your schedule, and that can't happen in today's day.
We were doing that twice a year sometimes with A&M.
Yeah, when you're the road team with A&M, which still you're losing an official visit weekend twice in a year. I'm so glad that contract is over. May we close out the War Memorial days with a win over Arkansas State next week and just let it go.
Yeah. Hogs play.
Arkansas will kick off the season against the Bulldogs of Alabama A&M. 3:15 on Saturday. And look, when there was a certain coach that was here who is now the offensive coordinator, my favorite thing that he ever said about these non-conference games where they were playing, mid-major opponents. Your team knows that they're better than the team that they're playing. It's about maturity and coming out and taking care of business. Yeah. Arkansas should win this game by 40 points.
Yeah.
So it's not about winning and losing. I'm going to be paying attention to, does Arkansas dominate the point of attack in the trenches?
Yeah.
Do they move Alabama A&M around. Offensively, can they just line up and run right at them? Does Taylor Green have a day and a half to throw the football?
Yeah.
Do they dominate the point of attack from the defensive line? Do they push these guys around? Now, there's a pretty highly touted prospect for Alabama A&M on the offensive line. Jeremy can talk about that in a second. I just feel like when I'm looking at stuff in a game where the outcome is pretty much a foregone conclusion, I'm going to be looking at the little stuff. Do they dominate physically? Are they able to do whatever they want from an offensive and defensive standpoint? Like, we just line up 11 on 11 and our guys whip your guys.
Right.
And then I'll be watching special teams, kicking, punting, how many penalties.
Penalties are big.
You just watch that kind of stuff in games like this. And obviously injuries. You want to get out of there unscathed. Should be a relatively stress-free Saturday, though.
I'll be looking on the back end, too. And for almost as long as I can remember, our secondary has just been our weak spot.
And they've pumped them up a lot.
They have.
Offseason,
they've talked about speed. They've talked about one-on-ones. They've talked about, because for forever I said stop going man and just play zone, and even then we were getting hosed. So I'd like to see if we have speed on the back end. That I don't want to see a ball that's just 10 yards overthrown, but a receiver that's behind our D-back.
Yeah, they've not only talked about speed, but they've talked about size to go with it.
We're supposed to be hot back there.
Where you've got guys that will bump and run and get physical with a receiver because they won't be moved around.
Right.
Sam Pittman has made a point multiple times to say that this is the biggest team he's ever had since he's been here, and it's the fastest team he's had. Now, give me your standout performer.
Mr. Tyrell Lawrence, 6'7", 355, helped pave the way. He's a top 20 prospect in the Canadian Football League watch list. He did help them last year. This team, the numbers when it comes to yardage, pretty insane. 444 yards.
How do you lose 6 games?
Yeah. He played right guard last year, but they did fire their coach. They go 6-6. They have hired a new guy named Sam Shade, who played for Alabama in the 90s, played 8 seasons in the NFL.
I was going to say, if you were a football fan in the 90s, you recognize that name.
So
Sam Shade was a bad dude.
The Sam Shade era has started, but I don't think it truly matters here.
No, Coach Shade, it's about the check, my man.
Yes.
And come out of there scot-free, just like I talked about. Injury-free, and get ready for conference season, because that's what matters with these guys.
Absolutely. I'm also super excited to see Taylor Green year 2 comfortability. Hopefully that offensive line can protect him, and just see all the kinks that he had. If you have watching him, man, I love watching quarterbacks. I'm not an expert, but I love watching him. He always would bail right. Like, that's his escape. First, if he's bailing, he's going to go right. I'd love to see him be able to step up, move in different directions. Once he hits his I'm leaving button, it was always right. And I would love to see Ken Talon shift and maneuver where he's supposed to go, not just where he wants to go.
Yeah, you shouldn't see much indecision this week, I would think. I would think it would be a lot of predetermined, this guy here should be open, so let her rip.
Right.
It's been proven that year 2 in a Bobby Petrino offense is where you take that big leap. If Arkansas gets that leap from Taylor Green, all of a sudden you become a team that can beat anybody. Taylor Green, living up to his potential, is one of the best quarterbacks in the conference. Let's just be real. It comes down to turnovers. With Taylor, if he cuts down on the turnovers, he's going to add to the yardage. He's going to add to the touchdown total.
All right, Will, we're going to do I keep track every year. Me and Jordan did this last year. I pick 5 games. We're not going to pick the Arkansas game this week. Almost every week we will put the Arkansas game in there.
Yeah.
All right, well, game 1 on the slate. This week, by the way, I'm going to say this. I don't like a lot of the NCAA stuff that they do. Week 1, as far as games, you knocked it out of the park.
Yeah, they brought it.
Big game right out of the gate, Willie Ray. We're picking winners only.
Okay.
You can pick a spread if you choose, but I'm normally picking outright winners.
Okay.
But you can also, on these certain upsets, if you want to pick just a big spread, you feel free to do so. Number 1, Texas versus number 3, Ohio State kicks off week 1. They're 11 a.m. Ohio State favored by 1.5. What are we thinking here? This is the start of the Arch Manning era and
Julian just saying at Ohio State. I look, he may not. I don't know what he'll be as a quarterback, but that last name is elite.
Right.
Not as elite as Manning, but stylish nonetheless.
And Ohio State has the best wide receiver supposedly in the country.
Yeah.
So what are you thinking here?
This will carry more weight with the Arch Manning discussion than it should.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, he's been given the reins, and this first game is to kick off the college football season in the Horseshoe in Columbus.
Yeah.
So if you go in there and lay an egg, it doesn't mean anything long term.
Right.
But it will to the pundits. Arch Manning has the best opportunity ever given to a quarterback to announce their presence right out of the gate.
Yeah.
It will be unprecedented hype if Texas wins this game. Unprecedented. That being said, OHIO, give me the Buckeyes. I see Ohio State like 8.
Okay.
The fact that it's an 11 a.m. kickoff to kick off the season and they're at home, that's the big thing for me.
I think I'm going to go the opposite route. I'm going to just have faith that Arch and them are going to catch them early and score quick and then have this new quarterback trying to figure stuff out.
You
and he
could have
can't
said
catch
shit.
up. And he's not going to catch up in time. And I think this is going to be a 31-28 kind of game. So for the first time ever, I put Texas on my sheet.
Whoever the genius was, and I mean genius, I'm not being sarcastic, genius move to put this game at 11 a.m. and just get up, get your coffee. It's football season. Jump right in. Big boy match.
Oh, yeah. And then to follow it up in the afternoon, number 9 LSU versus number 4 Clemson. Clemson laying 4 points here. What are we thinking?
Clemson beats LSU every year. Give me Clemson.
I also am picking Clemson. I have Clemson going a very long way this year.
Early season LSU, that's when you get them. That's what we've seen in the Brian Kelly era. If you're going to get them, you get them in week 1.
Yeah. And at the same time, number 6 Notre Dame versus number 10 Miami. Notre Dame favored by 2.5.
I love Marcus Freeman, the coach at Notre Dame. I love Marcus Freeman. Probably my favorite coach in college football. And that means I'm going Notre Dame.
Yeah.
I love Marcus Freeman.
I'm going Notre Dame as well. I think they have one of, if not the best running back in the country.
Oh, he's a beast.
Is it Jeremiah Love?
Yeah, he's a beast.
I think that he's going to have a day, and I don't think Miami's ready for that.
Yeah, that's the thing. Teams like
Awesome.
teams like Notre Dame and Ohio State are the closest thing to SEC physicality.
Yeah.
Because of the amount of talent that they recruit. They can hang with anybody. I think they push Miami around.
I'm also not sold on Miami yet. I think that they are still hanging their hat and that number on the U and Cam Ward.
Yeah, Miami's one of those weird schools that could go 0-12 and then be ranked in the top 15 the next year.
Yeah. 4th game. Virginia Tech versus number 13 South Carolina. South Carolina laying 8.
Sneaky. Because I'm not as high on South Carolina as other people are.
Me neither.
I'm just not. I enjoy their quarterback. On a personal note, I think Shane Beamer's a weirdo. I think they win this game, but I think it's one of those things like if you look at South Carolina's schedule, they could literally start 5-0 and then lose 7 straight.
Right.
So I think they get this game, but I think that the Kool-Aid drinkers need to pump the brakes a little bit on South Carolina.
So in honor of Lee Corso, I'm going to go with a not so fast, my friend.
I'm not moving that fast. You heard what I just said. I'm not moving that fast because I think they'll win this week, but I'm not a believer.
Right. I am believing Virginia Tech, and this is my upset of the week. Virginia Tech upsets. 8-point spread. I think they win by 3. Virginia Tech beats South Carolina.
It would not shock me. And boy, I'm just saying, like as bad as I think the Kool-Aid drinkers will be out in Columbia, the pitchforks may be out after week 1 if they lose this one. Those fans are fickle and they think their program's better than what it is.
Not today.
Yeah.
Willie Ray, game 5. Number 8, Alabama laying 13.5 points versus Florida State.
Alabama covers easy.
I'm going Bama as well. Until Florida State can do something, they're just a name.
Florida State's program. Yeah, exactly.
Just a name.
Perfect. Nailed it. It is a brand and nothing else.
That's it.
This Mike Norvell program at Florida State literally has zero identity. Zero. I think what happened when they got left out of the playoff because their quarterback got hurt and everybody sat out, I actually think that was the beginning of the death of a once proud program. Like, to me, it's felt like that's almost like bad juju.
Right.
Like, you don't recover from that.
Yeah.
I don't want to say cursed, but it just feels like the sports gods don't like shit like that.
Right. Willie, it's come down to your upset. We do this every week. Do you have a top 25 team? If not, please pick one that you might have on upset alert. This is a bonus pick.
Boise State.
Number 25, Boise State, is laying 6.5 points against South Florida. It's at South Florida. It is Thursday night.
Yeah, it's the very back end of the top 25, but top 25 nonetheless.
It is.
I think South Florida gets this one, and I just think their whole identity was Ashton Ginty.
Exactly.
Once in a lifetime talent there. I just don't know that they have an identity right now. I like Spencer John. I like their head coach. I like him a lot. Game one without Ashton Ginty is just interesting for me. You don't know how it's going to go. And South Florida is not a cupcake at all.
They're going to be physical.
Yeah, so
South Florida physical.
Give me South Florida over Boise State, starting 0-1 post Ashton Ginty.
Boom. That's week one for us on the We'll See You Later podcast, episode 63. Just doing college football right now. We're going to be putting out another video.
Yeah, stay tuned for story time.
Stay tuned for story time.
I got a real one today.
So that's going to do it for episode 63 of the We'll See You Later podcast, college football edition, week one. Upset picks, our 5 big picks. Obviously, Woo Pig Suey. Will, what are 3 things to live by before we get out of here?
Only one matters. Hogs by a million.
If the Hogs win by a million, you might be able to trust a 5. Stay tuned for story time, guys. And until next time, we'll see you later.